Hey everybody, hope I'm live now and everything's working here. I just wanted to feature some course creation by my friend in Australia, Ben. He's Terranovation. I say it probably a little wrong. You know, his accent's much cooler sounding, being from Australia. But he has created Mean 18 courses for the last couple of years again, and it's just been a real treat. And I didn't realize how many when I just finally counted everything. There's like 17, and tonight he's debuting his newest course, which I think is number 18. I may have missed one, hopefully not two, but there's a lot of work he's done in the last couple of years, and I just wanted to let everyone know that he's got a new one, and he has a Mean 18 course share on Facebook, which I will put the link in that after. Once this is completed, you can look at the description and find it in there. But maybe I can pull it up on here right now while we're looking at it. Let me get into Facebook here. I don't use Facebook often. It's only for this. I totally got rid of it. But when I connected with Ben, I had to definitely get to Facebook for his course share that he created, because there's hundreds on there. And, well, that's not Facebook. It keeps jumping to the wrong thing. Hold on one second. Let me get this up here properly. All right. Now, of course, it dumped my browser window, so I got to find that again. That's okay. There we go. And where's it hiding? There it is. All right, so there is something right here called the Mean 18 course share, and it's a group number, but I will share all that after. And it's great because he's got things like the files here, where you can go and you can get all these different courses. Some he's created, and a few other 100 are out there easily that were from the past. He's got the files on here too, where if you scroll through eventually you'll see that you can get the software to run the game, and usually you just got to run that in something like DOSBox or something. I'm on a Mac right now, so what am I using? It's like it's a DOS wrapper on here too, so you can get different ones. So I'll just let anyone decide what they'd want to get. So that's all. I just wanted to show a few of these courses, and I'm going to try and just play a quick hole from each one. I recorded some bird sounds from outside of my house this morning real quick, so yeah, they're pretty wild and loud in the morning. So let's go to, we'll go to the first one here. This is a course he created. Well, you know what? Why don't I just go back to the start so you can see that I've got this in the, it's an old-fashioned loader for this. It's called the GMS loader for Mean 18. Usually you can only load 3, and then there's other special versions that let you load maybe up to 5 or so. But this one, I've been able to load hundreds, but I've made this special one. I've called this one Ben's Signature Courses, and you can see over on the left, those are all the courses. If I hit function 1, I can scroll through all of those. So you got Amity Island, Bear Claw Resort, Buena Vista, Cherry Hills, Chittering Brook, which I believe is a real course in his country, Coyote Ridge, Far Cry Island, Fox Creek, Golfo del Greco, Grand Oaks, which is what would be the Caddyshack course from the movie, Mirage, Mizuno Golf Park, which is a one created based off of Japan, which is beautiful. Um, Mystic Valley, Rapa Nui Resort, Rose Hill, which is the course he played on when he was younger. Ben had played on, and it's gone now. They destroyed it for just a housing development, I believe. And he knew it well enough that he did most of this from memory, which is great to have the ability to play a course that no longer exists. The Quarry and then Tutankhamun's. So we'll go right through the first one. We'll start with Amity Island, which is based off of Jaws. And don't expect too much from my gameplay. I haven't played much in the last month, but I'll play one hole and hopefully my timing's not a disaster right now. No course loaded. Alright, what happened? Always got to go something. Something's got to go wrong, right? That's just the way it is. Let me try and fire it up again. And maybe I did something and goofed it up. Function 1. Let's try Bear Claw. There we go. I don't know what I've done with the other. Well, we'll see if it's in there. Maybe I moved it by accident, but maybe we'll have to skip that one for now if I goof something up. But I just restarted the software. So Bear Claw, we're gonna go new game, one player, put my name in, Pro Tees, beginner, because that'll let you choose your golf club. Well, it won't let you choose. You can still choose, but it chooses like you have a caddy. They'll choose probably the best club for you. And then we just begin the first round, off to the first tee, and let's see how bad I'm driving things right now. You can push left and right. It's all keyboard generated, so it's nice. You don't need, to use the mouse on this. It's just space bar, left and right keys pretty much, and then a few other keys if you need to get out of the game. Well, don't expect that too often. My timing is horribly off. I also think this emulator I use, because I play it on a real old computer and I do better, but this emulator seems to have a little bit of a lag to it sometimes. So that's my best excuse for not playing well. Yeah, but you can see, if you go up and down, you can change your irons. And, there's a little cheat sheet in the game, and I keep a copy that I use in a little snippet of a window. I don't have it up right now, but because I'm just playing, but I usually would keep that up to give me some better references on what kind of distance I got, because sometimes it will choose a bad distance for you, and you're better off going up or down, especially if you're in the rough. That's gonna go right in the... Oh, it hopped over the bunker at least. Yeah, see, I probably didn't want to hit that hard, but I don't know my amounts right now. Maybe I should open that up. Let me see if I can quickly open that up so you guys can see. It'll just take me 1 second. All right, where is that? The clubs. All right, so if I keep that up there, and then I add a new window to this, and I just call it generic. Okay, now all right, how about that? Okay, so let me hit OK. Let me see if I can resize this so it's not as hideous looking, which is the real key. It's always a trick of the trade to get things to work on here. Oh, it's going to look a little sloppy, but I'm going to have it up there for a little bit so you guys can kind of see. It's not framed out very well, but this is what I use. And then you can see the putter. It tells you approximately what the gauge is on that. All right, so essentially I got 32, right? So I'm going to use clearly the pitching wedge, or I could use the sand wedge. But I'm in the rough, so it's probably going to hit like it's 40 or 50, which means, you know, I want to go not quite halfway, but maybe the line right before that. And let's see where it ends up. Well, if I had my timing right. But that's pretty straight at least. All right, let's see. And then the putting is always fun because you got to go through like these classic, you know, you would have saw on hole-in-one way back on the MSX or the NES. This is where they got that initial design, I believe, for the arrows, where some are lighter, some are heavier, meaning that you're going to have a little bit more, you know, uphill or downhill action against your putt. Or the grain. Some people consider it the grain, not just the slope. So 36. So that thing's saying each mark is approximately 8. So you got 16, 32s at 4. I got to go through that that slope a little bit. So I probably want to be just above the 4th line. I didn't hit it right, but I almost got it in. I wonder if I would have hit it straight on that line, because it's interesting to read these. This is part of the real fun of the game, is learning to read the slopes and everything. So there's one hole off of Bear Claw. And I'll quit out of this. Yes, no, no. And then it's not working right now because I just created this, so I don't know why it's not doing it. But usually I can create comments in here about the course or something. It's not saving right now, so it's a new one I just built, so I got to figure out what's happening. Maybe I've got a file write protected in there. But usually you can put notes in this, and it'll save them. All right, so let me try Amity one more time. The birds are a little quiet right now, so. Okay, I'm on Amity. Yeah, I just had to restart. You know, weird things happen when you play old games. So this is the one based off of, it's not showing it now. How weird. I just played it earlier. Yep, I just played it earlier and it's not working. Very bizarre. Very bizarre. Well, let's get rid of the... let's get rid of the clubs. We don't need those anymore. And let's go to start up again on that. I mean, I guess I should look real quick while we're just sitting here. I can look into the package contents of the C drive on here. And, I mean, it is right in there. I wonder why it's not popping up. But I'll probably just have to reload it in. So we'll continue on. We'll go to function 1 to be able to move through these. We'll go to Buena Vista. What's weird is it says it's going to load, it finds it, and then it doesn't load it, which is kind of bizarre. Especially since I played it earlier. Alright, again, new game, 1, add my name, pro, beginner, space, and 4. So what's nice about this is there's no wind. So I mean, a lot of people like having wind in their golf games. But it's not really that different to play this. And what happens is whenever you hit your shot, the bounce when it lands is random, so it can go straight left or right a little bit, which adds some real feeling to it, you know, like you'd get a real bounce off of the ground. You know, it's obviously not designed in like full 3D where the course is all shaped where if it hits it's gonna, you know, bounce to the right if it's on a hill or something. it just literally emulates that kind of feeling, which I think is pretty cool for something that's this old. They did a great job for being one of the first golf games that had a graphic interface. But you can see each course he's designed has a different theme to it, which is just wonderful. And you got to play through them a few times to know the shots, because some get really ridiculous. He's got easier courses and more difficult courses. The one he's going to do tonight, I guess, is based off of a like what a PGA course would be, maybe for the Open or something, where it would be a difficult course with difficult greens, because you can make the greens really easy by not putting a lot of slope in them. You still got to hit the shot, but you don't have to read them as much. Or you can have big wide open fairways instead of narrow ones like this. So there's a lot of variety in the courses he has made, and I can't believe when I looked at it how many he's pumped out in the last few years. It's like he's done one every couple of months, it seems, which is just amazing to me, because I go in the course designer and it just overwhelms me. It's not that difficult, but he plans out the whole thing on paper and designs the course with a real flow, and then puts it into this Mean 18, which comes with an interface where you can actually create courses too. It's part of the game. All right, let's see if I can hit a good shot here. No, not bad. You gotta remember, it's morning for me. You get older, your eyes don't work as well. Somewhere in my early 40s, I started losing my near vision, so I need glasses. And then sometimes you wake up in the morning and your eyes are just blurry, and it's like, oh my goodness. All right, let's see. 6 iron. I went a little light on that, and then hit it to the right. Maybe I'll get a bounce to the left. Nope. And you can tell if you're still on because you hear the high pitch beeps. When you hear a low pitch beep, that means you've gone off, and a really lower pitch means you've gone into like the rough or something. Now you can see this. This is a wild shot I'm going to have to make. It's going to move down at first, and then it's going to start slanting towards the hole after, so it's going to move to the right. I mean, we're looking at it from a different angle. If we were standing on the putter, it'd be moving to the right and then downhill. But so you gotta aim for all of that. And what I've got to do is I've got to get it 66. So it's probably about 40 to that downslope, and you just want it hitting that downslope, because if you go too fast, it's just going to fly through that, and you're going to have a long shot after. But this is going to be incredibly difficult. But this is where your brain starts working with all the math, and it starts calculating in like, okay, I got to go up this many degrees, and I got to hit it this hard to take off some of the downhill. But I'm going uphill too at first with this, because it's not just moving down when I hit it. It's like cross, so it's so confusing. So I'm going to hit it about 40. What do we say? 8, 16, 32. So 40 is about halfway. So I'm going to hit it about halfway, and hopefully this doesn't kill me. I don't even know. Maybe I got to go a little more than that. Ooh, bad hit. Didn't even get through it. Didn't even get through it, but look at it go. I'm in the clearing at least. It's going to be a long putt. Long straight putt, but you still got to line it up. And I'm not the best at lining up these putts. All right, that looks about where we want to go. All right, 21, 16, 24 is 3 lines. I hit it too hard. Yeah, I hit it perfectly straight, but I hit it too hard. These are always easy, just tap, tap, tap. There we go. All right, that's 1 down. 2 down, I mean. So I'll probably, play through half of these, give them a go. Do I want to quit the game? Yes. And then no. Enter. And function 1 gets me back to my list here. I'm a little slow because I got to hit a function key. It's one of those keyboards on the Mac. Let's go to I'll do some that might be interesting. So I'm going to go to Rose Hill because that's the one he said is a defunct course that's been destroyed. Which is really nice. I mean, there's got to be so many small courses or medium-sized courses over the years that have just been destroyed or run over because they weren't making enough money somehow and they thought they could just put in a mall or something or a housing project. And you can see, you get the whole layout at first, too. You see everything in advance, which is really nice. You get the overhead view before you start shooting. There's a tree right dead in the center there. I can't believe I've nailed these straight. I didn't think I'd hit it that straight. So I got a nice bounce to the left, so that'll keep me from being behind the tree. And if you're playing this, once you get used to it, you can get through a course in about 17 to 20, 22 minutes, depending on how good you play. 92, that's the pitching wedge, which is 110, so I want to go about, not quite, to the ninth. Let's see. Oh yeah, see, he's got a little plane up there because it's near an airport. And he said it was funny because why would people want to live with all that noise? But, you know, they wanted to make money, so they put a bunch of apartments there. Yeah. Probably got my distance that I wanted, but I didn't hit it straight. But the more you play, you get right into the groove of it. Ooh, this will be tricky because I don't know if it'll catch anything, but it doesn't look like it will. 24. That's what I want to hit like I hit last time. And I missed it. Oh, I got lucky. It grabbed a little bit of that turn. See, that's the other thing too. You know, you just get lucky sometimes. You make a bad putt and you get lucky. That was a quick one. All right, so let's say yes, no, no. All right, function one. Let's see, let's go to, and I'm sorry if anyone's in my chat or anything because I can't get the chat to pull up. Let's see if I can see it on my phone. Yeah, it ain't working. I can't even pull it up. Hopefully this thing didn't break down again. I've got a problem with my internet, so they're always cutting me off when I'm streaming. Let's see what it says. All right, still says it's going here, but I can't get it to come up. But the good news is, hey, I got my chat up. There. That's nice. I finally got the chat to work in here. Thanks for showing up. I don't know if anyone's still watching, but I see Ben popped in. He must be up really late because it's like a 12-hour difference. He's ahead, so it's almost 10 o'clock there. And Beat Creations Gaming. Hey, thanks for stopping in. All right. Hopefully it's still working. I'm going to play another couple holes here. Again, I've got a really good connection to the internet. My problem is it doesn't maintain a good connection with Spectrum. I got to dump them someday. All right, let's go into, what do we want to do? I got to show you Mizuno, because this is the most beautiful course he's created, to me, because the color he added to it, that just gives it that feeling. You only have a very limited palette of colors to choose from. It's only a 16 color game. So that's what impresses me the most. Is how these folks that design these courses are able to make the most out of limited resources graphically. Here we go. All right. Again, this looks beautiful. Just look around here a bit. What a great landscape he created. Oh, that's horrible. It's going to be okay, though. Actually worked out pretty good. All right, 148. I'll bend it around that tree a little. Hit it early. I hit it straight instead of early. See, my timing's off on this. Right in the bunker. Plop. That's okay. I get to use my sand wedge. 25. I think that's 100, so you want to go about there. Don't want to hit it over. That's not too bad, but I'm pretty iffy on these medium range putts. I usually have a filter turned on. I should show what it looks like, and the filter probably makes it harder to play. All right, 13. Probably hit too hard again. Nope. Oh, come on. That's brutal. I thought that was going to drop. It just, if it was a little slower, it probably would have sucked it right in. So let's see. Is it under this? Rendering style, retro. See, that gives it a computer look, but I found that it's even harder to play when I'm doing that. All right, let's give one more hole here. Again, with my streaming giving me warnings, I figure it's best to just do a short one and wrap it up. All right. Hopefully some of you will want to join the Facebook group, get some nice free golf to play, and just be able to see the incredible. Oh, what's funny is Ben was saying it's July 4th. It'll be out. It'll still be the 3rd for us here, but it'll be the 4th there. Not that they celebrate the 4th of July. I guess, you know, they have some people that do little celebrations just for the heck of it, but it's not really a celebration there for anyone, from what I understand. It's just an American thing, and there's a few other countries that kind of celebrate it too, just because we do. But you know, it's not a normal. It's just a normal day in Australia. All right, let's go to this. Is I believe this Chittering Brook is the last one he did, which is also, I think, a real course that's just a couple hours north of where he lives in Australia. And we'll do this and we'll wrap up, because I only had about an hour to play and had a few little quirks happen. Chittering Brook. And we're going to go new, one player. If you play multiplayers on this, if you have friends that you're playing with, you know, on the same computer, your characters are different colored outfits at least, so you can distinguish them when you're playing. All right, nice winding brook that goes through everything. Lots of water hazards winding through. Oh yeah, see, I hit even later there. Stay out of the... Eee. Hear that last bounce? Yeah, that went in the rough. All right, 161. I'll probably go up to a 5-iron. A lot of games, you know, I base it off of the 4-irons, 170 a lot in games, and then the 7-irons, 140. So it's like it sticks in my brain, and I can always go 10 from there, even if I'm not sure what the yardage is. So I'll probably go with a 4-iron here. I'm always hitting late, so I'm going to turn to the right just a smidge. So I hit it early because I overcompensated. But that was probably the right read for distance. It might have bounced off the back. These are always hairy, these little pitching wedge ones. So I usually play in this mode, but it probably doesn't benefit me much because it adds probably a little extra lag, but it just looks fun to me. It looks like I'm playing on an old school computer. But when I really play on an old school computer, didn't make it. Jeez. It's a lot smoother. There we go. You know what? Let's go one more hole on here. There's a par 5. See how that handles. Look at that. What a long drive. Gonna just blast it. Oh no, and I hit it bad. It's gonna be way out in the rough. Oh, I hit a tree. Even worse. It went back probably half. And then, so what do I gotta do? I gotta hit this out. I don't want to use a wood. I'll use a 2-iron. I'll hit it straight out this way and then hit it late. Get it to turn back in. Ooh, turn too much. I can't believe I'm in the fairway. I thought it would round right back into the rough. Well, didn't help me much because I got another tree in the way. All right, what do we got? 270. Got a long ways to go. Just turn it a little bit this time. Oh, I should have turned it more. It'll stop pretty quick in that stuff, though. It's not going to bounce in the water when you hit that rough. All right, 100. Sure. See if I can pull a par out of this craptastic shot. See, it's going to catch that just a little bit. 20 feet. Too hard. I totally panicked. Totally panicked on that. All right, so there we go. Let's wrap this up. I don't even know if this even completed. I'll be surprised. I couldn't pull it up, so I thought maybe it's already crashed, but if anyone caught it, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. And if you can, head over, join the Facebook group, and Ben's new course will be out tomorrow. Well, this evening for us. Tomorrow for them. You know how time is, time zones, especially when we're halfway around the world. So, hey, thanks again for watching. We'll see you next time.